like to call now on Center Member Ruth Barron-Gerald, who will be reciting for us a poem in Yiddish with translation, Heint is Yahrtzeit. Today is Yahrtzeit.
This poem was written by Avraham Sutzkever, and I just want to say a few words about him before I read the poem in Yiddish and then in English. Sutzkever was born in 1913 in what is now Belarus, though he spent much of his childhood in Siberia, where his family fled during the First World War. They eventually returned and settled in Vilna, now known as Vilnius in Lithuania, where Sutzkever published his first books of poetry. My father actually studied in Vilna. He's here today with us. And so this particular poet is really close to my heart. Initially ridiculed for his rejection of politics and poetry and his embrace of lyricism, today Sutzkever is remembered as the partisan poet for his involvement in resistance activities within the Vilna ghetto and the nearby forests during World War II, while continuing to write poetry. He viewed poetry as perhaps his greatest method of resistance and the tool of his survival. Following World War II, Sutzkever testified at the Nuremberg trials and immigrated to Palestine illegally just before the founding of the State of Israel. There, despite prejudice against the Yiddish language, he continued to write poetry prolifically and founded the Yiddish literary journal, The Golden Chain. Avram Sutzkever passed away in 2010 in Tel Aviv at the age of 96. Heint is Yahrtzeit. El Nekomos. Heint is Yahrtzeit. Yahrtzeit. Heint. Hatzim. Wenn gerufen hat zu dir ein erstgeboren Kind, heint is Yahrtzeit noch ein Schmeichel über Wald und Plain. Jeder hat heint Yahrtzeit, noch sein Schwell, noch sich allein. Heint is Yahrtzeit noch ein Regen 1943, noch ein letzten Karschenbäum und Schwelgele dabei. Heint is Yahrtzeit noch mein Zeit, verfreuren in Bonar. Heint is Yahrtzeit noch mein Mames gelben Samovar. Noch ein Schnee von meiner Weißlein ausgeschneit, beschaß ich hab zugedeckt mit ihm dem Käfer von meinem Gass. Heint is Yahrtzeit, noch die 2 Malochen bei meinem Bett. Heint is Yahrtzeit noch ein Zoffen Stern, Elgezett. Yahrtzeit noch ein Spiegel mit dem neuen Teich im Rahmen, wo es boden sich die Licht und Schattens von meinem Stamm. Heint is Yahrtzeit noch a Shabbos, rein wie a Brillant. Heint is Yahrtzeit noch der Fiedel in mein Chavers Hand. Heint is Yahrtzeit noch allein in friedigen Ankleus. Heint is Yahrtzeit noch der letzte Yahrzeitlicht im Kleus. Yahrtzeit noch ein langen Säger auf der Wand von Lein. Oi, noch alle Wieglieder von unser Verein. Today is Yahrtzeit. God of vengeance, today is Yahrtzeit, Yahrtzeit. Today it's true. For the day a newborn child called out to you. Today is Yahrtzeit for the smile o'er wood and plain. Today each celebrates Yahrtzeit for his home again. Today is Yahrtzeit for the rain in 43, for the last swallow there and cherry tree. Today is Yahrtzeit for my time, frozen in Bonar. Yahrtzeit for my mother's yellow samovar. For the snow, for my snowy sheets unfurled as I covered with them the grave of my world. Today is Yahrtzeit for the two angels who my bedside graced, Yahrtzeit for the North Star far away in space, Yahrtzeit for the mirror with the blue river on its frame, in which bathe the lights and shadows of my family name. Today is Yahrtzeit for a Sabbath, like diamond pure, for the fiddle in my friend's hand, secure. Today is Yahrtzeit for a joyously naked lion in the pool, Yahrtzeit for the last Yahrtzeit candles in the shul, for the tall clock against the lonely wall, for lullabies of a truly Jewish city before the fall.